record the class. Yes, the class is being recorded, and I play the Gitana piece. It was saved on the YouTube video. And when I upload the video, YouTube sent me a message saying that my video has proprietary music and that it needs to do something because I cannot play that music in a private YouTube channel, right? And then I don't know if something like that has happened to you, but then it told me that either I have to remove that section of the video or it will put it silent. So be careful, because when you hear the class, something is going to be weird, because I will be explaining something for a few seconds and there will be silence there. Okay. They also have another option that says trying to remove the music and preserve the other material, which is pretty fancy, right? Now that you know about how to do this, probably they have to search for the piece of song. They have to put it and label it at the same moment. They have to change the phase of the original signal. They have to add the signals, which will be then removing the music and keeping the things that are on top of the Gitana music. But they say this is a beta testing and probably doesn't work perfectly. Just to know, guys, that happened the other day. Okay, now so that means that I'm not gonna search for Gitana, because if I search for Gitana, this is gonna happen again. I'm gonna search for, well, I think it's gonna happen with any commercial piece of music, but let's try to do it with Bésame Mucho. I don't know what's gonna happen. Team number one, can you tell me what is going on here, please? Oh, it didn't give us Madonna. Okay, now we have something. Team number one, can you tell us a little bit about this, please?
Yeah, sure, teacher. What we did, we tried to keep some, we added sides of the polygon, depending on which key it is. Also, the mode determine the background. It can be black or white depending if it is 0 or 1.
Nice.
Also, the color of the shape change. It will be blue or red. This is mode 0. So if it is mode 1, it will be blue and the background will be white. And also, I don't know if my classmates can see that it is like shaking a bit. I don't know if you can see it, teacher, but depending on the danceability, it like dances more or not. Also about the tempo, it can go faster or slower depending on the tempo. And also it can be more opaque. I don't remember how to say that, or can be more transparent depending on the danceability also. And I think that's all what we did. We tried to make 3D shapes, but they worked, but the team decided to keep the 2D.
I see. Let's search for this one. Oh, more fast. I changed for a song. It is in another mode. It's more danceable than the previous one. It's also in major, I guess, or minor. Let's search for another one. Bad Guy from Billie. How do you write Billie Eilish? I don't know how to write it. Oh, another mode. Okay.
Also the duration, the size of the shape change depending on the duration of the song. You can see that Bad Guy is shorter, so the shape is smaller.
Okay. Okay. Interesting, nice, simple but nice, simple but nice. So congratulations, it's okay, and it's working. We had a tutorial meeting class, and then yeah, I remember explaining you something about the 3D, which is not implemented here, but it still is pretty good. So congratulations.
It's
Let's
still
go
on
to
the
the
code. If you can see the script, it is the 3D part is still on the code. It works, but the team decided to keep the 2D, so we are running this one.
Oh, I see. Okay. 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 Did you want me to put the 3D version? Or is it is
Yeah,
it
if you
working?
want yes, I think it is working. I tried in the
Okay, let's search for the 3D part, which is ending in where? In the push? Is the push pop also?
the push pop there, and
Okay.
so we need to comment this one.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Let's search for it. I don't know. One more time. Katy Perry. Oh, okay. It's moving. It's a little bit more complex, right? Because
It's
it's
something similar, but yes, it changed.
and is that what you really want to do, or what happened here?
Yes, bueno, no, we needed to comment the other two, but it's kind of what we tried to.
Okay, I see. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's a good try for doing the 3D. Excellent. Excellent. Let's keep moving to the second assignment. Is that fine with you guys? So let's go with the group number 2. Group number 2, it's here. Who is in team number 2? Oh, look nice. Let's see it. Okay, this sounds okay. Let's search for again Katy Perry. I don't know, whatever. Okay, guys, can you explain us a little bit this?
Yeah. Whenever you are going to search a song, until you input a song or a search, it won't move until you click search track, and the circles will move at the speed of at a relative speed of the tempo. So if you search for a song like with a slower tempo, it will, the circles will move like slower and faster in each case.
Okay. No, not Besame Mucho. I don't know. It is. What about this one? It seems that we are not getting tracks. So maybe it is on Café Tacuba. No. What about I don't know, Cielo Rojo? Okay. Okay, one detail about this assignment. Who is in this team?
Well, there are the names.
Okay.
Me, Victor, Charlie, George,
Jorge.
and Diego. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, this assignment is pretty much one exercise from the other class, right? So it's okay. I mean, it's not a complaint, but this is just a copy of the work that we did in a class the other semester, which is
Not really, teacher. We did an implementation especially in the speed of the visuals, like adding a global variable of the audio features in order to, well, there is it. at the top down. It is the obtained data of the circles, and we connected that way the visuals.
Yeah, but the visuals making circles and all of that is identical to that assignment, right? I mean, the starting point is pretty much the same one. I mean, it's not a complaint, but it's okay. Actually, that this implementation of the web audio API plus the things is what we are gonna do today. Okay, so it's good because it's a really good starting point. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Professor, I got a little doubt. Why when you type Cielo Rojo, it start playing on your speakers? With the other songs, that wasn't the case.
Oh, because he didn't found the song.
Okay.
Now, one little details in this code. Can you see this code? Details, be careful. You have this function draw, okay? And then you have it here again. You cannot have two functions with the same name. So that could lead to some problems. Can you give me access to this assignment, please? Who should be, who? No, this is.
I think it's Farid.
Yeah, give me a second.
Already done? I'm asking for accessing. Okay. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. Be careful with these functions here. You cannot have them twice or could generate some problems. Okay. And also, well, that is one little detail that is important to notice. Okay. And then it's okay. It's okay. Excellent. Good. Now let's go for the group number 3. Group number 3. Who is in group number 3?
Mafer, ¿estás ahí? Ya, lo están compartiendo.
Yes, sorry. I just have some troubles with my microphone.
Okay, group number 3. Can you explain us a little bit? Oh, this is the Dinamita one. Okay, can you explain us a little bit about this one? I'm gonna search for again. Cielo Rojo.
Yes. Okay. We have basically 4 elements. First, we have a bar, which means the duration of the song in minutes. Then that thing like a kind of star with just 3 tips is the danceability. It changed depending on how danceable it is. And finally the pie chart, it changes depending of every value.
Okay, this is energy, right?
Yeah.
And I guess is the size is how big it is?
Yes.
Okay. Loudness, which is the maximum loudness? Where is the maximum loudness? I guess here, right?
Actually, I think it's the size that has right now.
Also, are you saying that loudness of this piece is 1.0?
Something like that, yeah.
Let's see. It has loudness of -7.
Loudness, we need to change it because it was all the numbers were like 0 point something, and loudness is like 7 point something. So it was like a big square that out of proportion. So we divided in order to have like a number in that scale.
Oh, but what do you think is that number? What do you imagine is that number? Why is it in minus?
Because it's the loops, the measure of loudness.
Is the what, pardon me?
Measure of loudness, loops.
No, what unit uses negative numbers for describing the energy of the sound? In your consoles, you don't have the things from 0 to 1. You have the things from infinitum to 0 in negative values. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, we are gonna play ahorcados. 2 letters.
A.
A? No.
E.
No.
DB.
I.
No.
Oh,
No.
U.
No.
D.
Which one?
D.
Yeah, D, like in dynamite.
Yeah.
Good.
D.
Yeah, you survived. dB, decibels. Okay. This number is ranked as a dB unit. So you cannot divide this by a random number. You need to convert dB to a scale from 0 to 1. And probably if you Google, you will find the proper formula, which probably is log to whatever, okay? In the same way that we did experiments in the beginning of the classes, converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius, just to get an idea about the functions. Do you remember? Well, so this one has to be converted. But for example, now let's check for wiki. Let's check, for example, for energy. Energy, the one that is here is 0.5, okay? And if this is 0.5, so yes, I would imagine that if his energy would be 1, would be the full height of the square, right? Does that make sense? Team number 3. Team Dinamita, did you get it?
I think yes.
Okay, so yes, if what is this acousticness? Be careful with the title because now you cannot read it. It's completely back turned side down, so it's very hard to read. Probably would be nicer if they are horizontal here or something like that, right? Or place it here in some way. But it's okay. It's a nice. Well, one thing that I don't like the much maybe it's the colors. The color selection I think is too kitsch, too soft, too you see. I don't know. That's a particular is a personal taste, but I prefer colors more minimalistic, maybe more from the Russian art from the 80s, more than this I don't know. Okay, but it's okay. Nice. Team number 3 called Dinamita. Pretty good. You guys have access to all of them. So, actually, I'm going to give it to you in a second so you can have access to the rest. Now, team number 4.
Yes, teacher.
Who is team number 4? Wing.
Me.
Okay.
And Pablo.
Okay.
Gustavo, Rodrigo Carrera, and Emerson.
Okay, let's see here. How is then? I'm going to request access so I could have access to your code. If you give me access, I would appreciate it.
Yes, I don't know, Pablo, if you can give the professor access.
Done.
Excellent. Good. Now let's see it running. Oh, nice ending. Let's search again for Bésame Mucho. Wow. Okay. But
Yes, the shapes in the top left corner, it moves from with the liveness data. The one on the right from the top, it moves with the danceability data. And on the bottom, the one in the left moves with the acoustic parameters, and the one at the right moves with the speechness parameter.
no.
Also
Again, could you explain me again the description, please?
oh yes, the ones the top one from left, it
The
moves
top
with
one
the left.
top left, this one?
Yes, it moves with the liveness data.
This is what?
Moves with liveness.
Liveness. Okay, liveness.
Yes.
Okay.
And the one on the right, the one that it's that one, moves with the danceability parameter.
Okay.
And at the bottom, the one at the left, moves with acousticness.
Acousticness. Okay.
On the right, the last one moves with speechness.
Speechness. Oh, nice. Okay.
Also, the ambient light interacts with the liveness parameter. No, with different types of. When you see the code, you will understand, teacher.
Okay, let's go. What about the moving on the background? All this background that is moving? Is it related?
Yeah, that's a value of a box. We put an input of 1,800.
Oh yes,
yeah, we didn't relate that with an audio data parameter.
Yes, we keep a fixed number on the box size because when we put a variation, the box had different types of sizes.
Okay.
So to keep it like from the same size, we put a fixed value.
Yeah, and sometimes it overlapped with the torus shapes.
Okay, so here we're getting the audio data. Okay, and now this is the part of the
code
graphics.
The torus, yes.
And then we have a text. We're not using the text, are we?
Yes, on the let's get a song trip. Sorry.
But I don't think that this is not this song trip is not being used for this Arial font. Okay.
Yes, I forgot to delete that. Sorry, teacher.
Okay, no, it's okay. Okay, you have an ambient light, and the ambient light. Oh, the ambient light based on the time signature.
Yes.
Okay. Then
and with the tempo and with the key.
Okay, and then this. What about this one? This texture from the image is not related with. Okay, it's not related. Yeah. And what about, oh, this one, interesting, rotation.
Those are the torus.
Liveness, danceability, acousticness, and speechness. Interesting. Okay, let me show you something. I mean, it's okay. It's really good. Okay. It's really good. But I mean, it's good as an exercise, but the aesthetics that you are using probably are not going to tell too much for the people that is using this, right? So I invite you to rethink, why are you selecting the colors that you are selecting? I understand that this is just a test that you are learning, but there are some things that maybe could have a little bit more logic in relation with the music, right? Or in relation with the information of the music. Still is good, but maybe there could be a better relationship between the graphics and the information of the piece. But it is working. Okay, so that's the idea for this exercise. So really good, pretty good, excellent, right?
Teacher, can we
Text.
create text in 3D, like those shapes?
Can you create what?
Vectors?
Sorry?
Text.
Oh, text in 3D?
Yes.
Yes, you can, and it's not too hard.
And it's with P5 code?
Yes, with P5, but if you start to work with 3D, there are better libraries for doing, there are more interesting libraries for doing 3D. Okay, we will do that maybe, but remember this is a class about audio, so I cannot focus a lot. I love video, I do a lot of projects that are related with graphics, but I prefer to spend more time on the audio for this particular class. Okay, excellent. G, team number 5. Who is on team number 5?
Me and Mafer, René, Toño, and
can you give me access, please?
Well,
Ask, I guess, Mariel or who?
yes, I'm trying to give you access.
Okay.
How can I do that?
I don't know, because I'm always requesting, but I'm never giving.
I'm ready. I think it's done.
Yes. Okay, let's just give it a try. Ta-da! Whoa, but is this P5? Find a song. Bésame mucho. Give us these values. Interesting. Maybe it's not too hard. It would be extremely simple. One line of code to change the 10, right, to be a real letter of the key, right? And it would be one line of code to do major or minor, right? Because a regular person, if go here and say mode, oh, I don't know what does that means. Okay. We could also play a little bit with the meaning of the numbers. I mean, I'm just thinking loudly. This is a general comment, not only for you guys, but for all the teams. That could be interesting, right? Maybe you decide that liveness, and then you have studio, live, and really live, and then you modulate these numbers, because numbers doesn't tell us too much in this particular context. Now, wow, this is not P5, is it?
Is what? Sorry.
P5, the library for the graphics.
Oh no, it's not. I didn't know that it needed to be on P5.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit how you did it? It looks pretty nice, actually.
Yes, we actually had a rough time trying to put the values of the numbers in the chart. We couldn't do it, so I don't know if you could tell us a little bit how to do it. We tried over there in the function draw chart. Then the numbers that are there are supposed to be the values of the song, but we tried adding an ID in order to show the actually numbers of a song.
Again, sorry, pardon me, where?
In function draw chart.
In function draw chart. Okay,
line 21.
Maybe I was not clear enough. I mean, again, because this is not a graphical class, I'm not care too much about this error or confusion, but I was trying to harmonize the different assignments. So you didn't use the P5, you decide to Google, and then you find a Google visualization pie chart, which is okay. I mean, it's interesting if you did that search. So you went to the gstatics.chart loader, you load the library there, okay? And then you load the chart, and then you set up certain things for the drawbacks, and then the function draw chart. Okay, what is the problem with the function draw chart?
The numbers that are there.
There were these ones.
The green ones, those.
Oh, I see. Yes.
those are supposed to be the numbers of the song, the values.
Okay.
But we couldn't we couldn't find a way in order to show them. We tried with IDs and with
We tried with a function, we tried with an array, we tried with several things, but we couldn't do it because when we tried, like instead of the numbers, we just put the ID and the graph disappeared. And we didn't know why.
Okay, so in this page you have all these are queries. These query selectors and and all these tags belongs to these guys, to whom? These little guys. Mod tag, for example. Where is your mod tag or all of these tags? Oh no, this belongs to this section.
Yeah, for that section.
Oh, and
we tried like
so this is not real information.
They are the same numbers. Yeah.
And I thought it was.
No.
Okay. Solving these require us to go to the documentation of these libraries and things like that. I have never worked with the Google Visualization pie chart, so it should be really simple. But I rather explain that if you send me an email and then we do this in a tutorial. Okay. Because then we are going to spend an hour or something of this class trying to solve a random library that we haven't worked in class. So we can do it. It would be nice, actually. It would be really nice, but not for now. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, not for now. But it's good. Interesting. Again, sorry if my indications were not good enough for explaining that. Now, team number 6. Team number 6. Go, complex. Ooh, team number 6. Is team number 6 here? Andrea Padilla and Anonymous. No, nobody on team number 6. What is a little bit weird about this is that all of this is related more with the audio things. And there are a lot of libraries which fluid field. I don't know what is this beat detector. Let's search a little bit about this one just to know. Nobody of the team is here. So I don't know, I want to search for Pésame Mucho. No, Pésame Mucho is not triggering anything. And I think that's because the song hasn't been recognized. But let's search for a song that actually it is here. Madonna Material Girl. I don't know. Oh, but it's not working. So it seems it's not working. Let's say Eres de Café Tacuba. It's not working. Café Tacuba. No, it's not working. So it seems there are some problems with this code, but people is not here, so we cannot see what is going on. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, and team number 7, it's not committed. Okay, excellent. Well, this is a general overview. Okay. Okay, so going back to what happened, do you remember that last class we had a couple or I had a couple of mistakes in terms of the new library. Okay, the point is this one. When we decide just for searching and Google, do you remember we Google Spotify API, right? And when we get here, we get into here, And we get here, we went to the libraries. And when I was in the libraries, because we've been spending a lot of time on the web, we decided to go to this first web page, with this first library that we find, especially because we are not using Angular, we're not using Meteor, and we're not using GraphQL. So I decided to get to the pure JavaScript, and we get into this one. So what I was doing is we went through here last class, we read a little bit about how to use it, we try to implement it, and we fail and fail and fail. Well, the problem of our failing was that we were not doing the initial set access token. If you have an access token, you can set it doing here. We can get some of the information with the access token, but it will fail with the other access token. So very kind the other day, who took my class, my audio programming class? Jared? No.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, Jared said, okay, but we did this in the other class, so you send me a couple of an example. And after testing a little bit, we realized that the new library, we had download the source code. Do you remember that we download the source code of this one? We download this Spotify API, which was created 9 months ago, okay? And when we did that, it was not working, it was failing until you send me the previous version of the Spotify web API, and with that everything start to work. Okay, so the point is this one, the previous version, which is this one, version number 1, okay, this previous version was created, okay, then I went back to do the comparison of the two libraries. And then I realized that in our previous version, the initial version, the developer, which now works for Spotify, which is called JM Perez, this Perez guy, okay, created this small link in his library that is called base token URA. And then he created a function called get token, okay, and get that token is connecting to the base URL, okay, and then it's getting the token. Basically, it's connecting to this Spotify web API had herouapi.com. Okay, it wants to this specific, and then it retrieves a token. So if we got here just for fun, and we got here, and we retrieve here a token, we are gonna end up getting a number. Okay. And this is a fixed token that this person creates in order to connect to that part. And the new version do not have that, and it's assuming that you will create the token. Why? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but if we go back to the connections, okay, and you go back here to the guidance, okay, and you go to the authorization obtaining key, okay. This long example is explaining you the different ways for connecting between Spotify and your applications. And basically it's telling you two options. One option is creating an application. Okay. Do you follow what I'm explaining? Yes. You have to create a registration setup in order to connect you as a client directly to a Spotify, okay? But you need a server in order to do that. You need to have some actions that need to be done, and this is the registration for your applications, and then these become a little bit complex in terms of how do you the connections in order to get it, okay? And this is a long explanation that if you are really interested into this, I recommend you to go through all of this documentation about how to do the connection, okay? How to do the connection, because that is important. Now, this is another way for connecting, which is the one that we are using. So basically we have two different ways of connecting. One is, this is Spotify. This is the Spotify server, which is not gonna give you any general information, can give you a basic information, But if you really if you want to get all the detailed information, you need to have the access token initialized. Okay. In order to have the access token, you have to have a server. Okay. This is a server. And then your clients. Okay. Your clients are the users. So you can give a web page. Okay, the client will require two options. Option one, going to Spotify, give your users of the client, giving you back a token, a key, let's say a key for connecting. And after that, then you can start to do interactions with your server, okay, and going back to your token and then working. Option number one. Option number two.
Professor, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but what do you mean by client? For example, if you send me the code or the link?
Oh, good question. No, the browser. A client is the person that is in the browser, in Chrome, in your house, okay?
So it would be kind of like my IP address or something like that? Or my Spotify account?
Your Spotify account.
Ah, okay.
So this is Spotify. It's expecting your Spotify account, okay? But you are connecting through an application. This is your application. Who was speaking? Mowgli?
Yes.
Okay, this is Mowgli SP Random Music browser. You are creating a new application, okay? This is a web page. This is like why? Because you are doing your application for yes, for doing the thing that we were talking about the other day. Or I don't know. No, it plays music based on what is happening in your house. I don't know, the weather. Okay, if it's raining.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Okay, no, if it's raining, it's putting mellow music. If it's very sunny, then it's gonna put rock, whatever, okay? You create this application. You, Mowgli, you develop this application and then you put it in a server, okay? You need to have it in one particular computer, in a location available for the world, which is the server, okay? Spotify doesn't know anything about your weather music application, okay? You, Mowgli, create the weather music application, but your weather music application is playing music from Spotify, okay? You, Mowgli, you are not gonna be paying for the person and then for the person that is listening the music. So this is the client, which is, I don't know, all your friends, okay? These are all your friends, which for now, we are gonna call your friends clients. Okay.
Okay.
You, Mowgli, create a code like the one that we did in Glitch. Actually, Glitch is a server. So let's say that this is our Glitch. This is in Glitch. Okay. This thing is in Glitch. This thing is what people get when connect to Glitch. So I don't know, Pedro Arenas, go to the Mowgli web server. Okay. You retrieve a piece of code that travels to your Chrome browser in your computer. This is Pedro Arenas, and this is Fernanda Carranza. And she also says, oh, Mowgli application is really nice. I will connect. So we go to weathermowgli.com. We get some information, and then we come back here. At that particular point, the application that Mowgli developed requires to go to the Spotify, okay, and log in in the same way that this application happens, like this window happens, like when you connect to Google and you are not connected, or when you are connected this application.
Yes, like you allow access to your account, right?
Yes, like when you.
Yes.
Yes, then it's gonna say you, do you really want to connect Mowgli weather music to your Spotify account? And then you say, yes, I want to. In that particular moment, Spotify will send the number, will send a token okay, a temporary token, which could expire in some amount of time, it will send you the token for Pedro Arenas. And then Pedro Arenas start to play music that is being retrieved from the Spotify with the searching and queries from the glitch. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain?
Yes.
And Fernanda, the same, because maybe what you are doing is randomizing playlist. The application that Mowgli is doing is just randomizing playlist, but the playlist from Pedro will be different than the playlist that Fernanda has on her Spotify account, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, the other option, and I'm going to erase this one, the other option is when you do not need the information from the user. If you don't need the information from the user, okay, then you have Spotify, then you have your glitch application, which is actually the server, okay, with a certain code here, your access code here, and then your clients, okay? So Fernanda makes a call to my server, okay? My server gets information from Spotify, okay? Spotify returns information to the server, and the server sends the information to Fernanda, okay? And then Pedro Arenas requires something, get into my account, and then my server goes to Spotify, Spotify returns to my server, and my server sends information to Pedro Arenas. As you can see, in this particular configuration, the only person that is connecting to the Spotify is my server. Only my server is connecting to the Spotify, okay? It's a bridge, it's an intermediary, and how do you say intermediario in English? It's a...
Like a third party?
Okay, it's a third party that is doing the communication, okay? It depends
So,
of... Yes?
in this case, the user doesn't need to log into their Spotify account, or?
Exactly.
Okay.
In that particular situation, you are not connecting because for some particular reason, okay? The application that we will develop right now is with this configuration, okay? However, both of them, as you can see, will require to have an application running in the server, an application running inside here. And we will talk about that in a second, okay? So, why I was explaining that, because then, as I was explaining, that's why the previous version, the version 1, was working, because Juan Perez was creating a third-party connection to get the token from his web page, okay? So the only thing that I did was saying, okay, if you did it for your first version, then I'm grabbing the new version and I'm just adding, okay? Actually, it was not on this one. It was on the other example. I was adding that. So let me go back to my projects here. Which is Spotify API test. Today is 15. Spotify previews, Spotify API test. I think it's this one. Okay. Yes, it's this one. And as you can see, if this is version 1, oh, I think this is version 2. What is going on here? And this is my Spotify web API with version 2. Okay, let me see something. We go here and we search for, I don't know. No, for Atole? What is con atolito? What do you mean? Oh, okay, that's funny. Okay, something is going on here. Give me just 1 second. No, it's not this one. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so this is the Spotify web IP, the old one, that one that Jared sent me. And then this is the new version. This is the new version where I just steal what this developer had created for the first, in his first version. And I added the function get token that he removed from the previous one. With that small change, now we can use the new version, the new library, the new version. It's working on this one. Okay, Madonna Material Gear, and then it works. Okay, now let's go back to a couple of things that you just saw. Okay, which are actually what I want to work today. It's 8. Okay, we are on a good moment. Okay, how do you feel more comfortable? Is it better for me to go from the beginning to the end just as a review of the concept, or you have the feeling that you understand all the code that we had created for our previous materials? What I want to do today is connect Web Audio API with Spotify, okay, and the graphics.
Could you please make like a quick review, like making a lot of emphasis in the how do you call the audio features? How do you, I don't know, code and manipulate them?
Okay, I will do that, but I will do that based on the, okay, yes. However, when I go to here, I want to show you something. When I go here, okay, and I create a new project, Glitch is gonna tell me, do you want to create an static web page? Okay, or do you want to create a Node application built on Express? Okay, and you're gonna say, hey, I don't understand anything. I'm getting lost.
Professor, can you please share us the code, please? I lost the link.
The code of what?
No, the link from the glitch, from your glitch.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but I have 4 now, so I don't know which one.
I think it will be better the one that we are going to work on.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. I'm going to show you the code that I'm starting to work on. Okay. For this occasion, for all the previous examples that we have been created, okay, a static web pages, your very basic web page, and we've been creating a static web pages. These static web pages, okay, have create. Okay, the step that we are gonna do in this half an hour is new, okay? It's new and it's a new topic, okay? And then give me just 1 second. And as you can see here, okay, as you can see here, we have a description code, an HTML code, a bunch of JavaScript codes, okay? And also a CSS code, okay? In that way, we have a location in a computer, a remote computer, which in this case is located at Glitch, whatever, okay? In here, we have a bunch of files, only files, okay? A bunch of files, HTML files, CSS files, JavaScript files. And then when you guys connect, we go to this place, or images, even you can have images here and sound and whatever. You go here, okay, and you retrieve that materials, and your computer, your browser, Chrome, Safari, or whatever, is gonna get the HTML. Very important, is gonna get the JavaScript, and the information of the JavaScript will be compiled, will be executed, okay? The execution could be get the color, draw a rectangle, get a mouse click. These things, JavaScript is a piece of code that will be executed on your house. This is your house. This thing happens in your house. This is your window, and this is your dog, okay? And all of the execution happen in your house. Do you understand what I'm trying to emphasize, right? This is your brother and your sister, and this is your parents, okay? All of this execution happen in your house. Nothing at all was executed on this computer, okay? It was used only for giving you files, okay? Let's say that it gives you source code and your computer compile the source code, okay? Because we want to do the connection Spotify client, sorry, Spotify server client, the previous topic that I just covered. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes, Diana? Because we want to do this, and we need to execute code on the server side. We need a new technology, which means a server that execute code. We need to execute code in a server, because now we need to execute code in a server. We need some technology, and there are a plethora, as you say in English, that means un montón, right, of technologies for having servers that execute code. One of them is called Tomcat, for example, okay? When you want to have a server that executes Java code on a computer. The other one, Flask. Flask, when you want to execute code, okay, in Python in a server. Another one.
They are like MAMP.
MAMP is all together. MAMP is a server where you can execute PHP. Actually, MAMP is more like PHP, okay? If you want to execute PHP code, you use MAMP, okay? There are a lot of them. And one that got a lot of attraction on the in the previous years is called Node.js, okay? Node is a server that allows you to execute JavaScript code in the server side, okay? Es un entorno de ejecución construido con un motor de bla, 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 okay? Do you understand what I'm explaining? Yes, you need technologies for executing code on the servers, okay? One of them is called Nodes. And Node is made of an engine plus a bunch of libraries that people is developing, okay? A lot of them, many, thousands. There are libraries for editing images. There are libraries for connecting to Twitter. There are libraries for turning on cameras. There are libraries for getting the weather. There are libraries for recording sound. There are thousands, okay? Well, we will use this technology. And luckily, or afortunadamente, how do you say locally? This glitch thing has created a starting point, okay? And a starting point with Node and Express. Express is the library that allows nodes to become a server. So if I start this thing, okay, I want to show you this, okay? if I start this part that is here, if I start the things that are here, okay, I have something that looks almost similar to the previous examples that we were creating, okay? But look at this, a small difference. Now we have something that says public and views, okay? These things are the previous topic about delivering to the client. And this thing that is here, okay? This thing that is here, okay, is the part that is executed on the server, okay? This thing is executed on the server. Do you follow the what I'm saying? Good. Yes. Everybody. Fernanda, David. Okay. So now that we have this, again, we are going to start to do a couple of things, and this is going to be our fancy spotty application. Fancy spotty application. Okay. I don't know. Now, if we go to the server, it's going to give you a bunch of things in JavaScript code. This is just an example. Okay. The thing that giving you an example, if we go and we run this application, is an application that it says new dream, hola. I drag, and then it says hola. Okay. It is adding things to a list on the client side, on the server side. That is the fancy thing. But I'm going to start to remove a lot of the things that we have here. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to keep the Express application, and that's it. I think I don't care about dreams. Oh, well, for now, I will keep this for a second. Okay. Then there is a JSON file. Okay. This JSON file, okay, allows me to add packages. Okay. This JSON file, it allows me to add packages. Node packaging management, and this is a repository with a lot of code is already stored. So the one that I want to do is actually the Spotify, which would be a Spotify web IP node, is this one, right? Spotify web, are we sure as this one? Web IP node, yes, this one is the one that we want to install. So I just installed it. Yes.
How did you know that it was that one and not the one that was about that?
Oh, because actually, because that's the one that we want to work with. Okay. Because when we went to the Spotify developers, the Spotify developers, okay, and we went here to the Spotify developer, and then we went to the documentation. Oh, where was it? No, where was the dashboard? Where was it? The console? No.
I think it was in documentation general and yeah, development.
Okay, the authorizing guide, and where we're in libraries. Where are the libraries? Spotify developer. Libraries, web API. Okay, here are the libraries. Okay. How do I know? Because it has the same name. When I went here, okay, to the nodes. Oh, the one that can be used with Node.js is this one called Spotify Web IP Node. Okay. Which is this one. And because this one is telling me how to install it. Okay. installation, it says npm install Spotify web AP node, okay? And these guys allow us to directly import the APIs, okay? Yes, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
Wait, I got a little bit lost in this last part.
Okay, let's put it in this way. Glitch help us to do the things faster, okay? This is just one small detail, okay? The technology of the packages for nodes are not related with glitch directly. However, glitch allows us to add packages. For example, packages for doing image, image something. For doing images, image size. If you want to resize images, probably already somebody has already created a code for resizing images when you upload them to a browser. Okay, so here you have a fast connection to the libraries that you can use in Nodes. Okay. Yes, do you follow that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so and so that's it. So what is it, the specific question?
No, actually, I got lost that part that you already explained. So now I understand. Thank you.
Okay, Tom.
I got a quick doubt. Why do you have like a public bin and a views bin?
Public what?
Under assets, there's like a.
Okay, this is a public, yes.
Yeah, public, and then you have views. What's
yes.
that?
Oh, these are just folders.
Ah, okay.
These are just folders, and these things,
okay.
These two things are the material that will be delivered to the client, and this code that is here. Okay, this code that is here is just for the server side. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Because today, what we want to do is, do you remember that I was trying to make a huge emphasis that up to now, all the things has been executed in your house. And the server is just giving you files, okay? But the work has been created at your house, in your computer, in your browser, okay? Today, what we are doing is that we need to execute also code in that computer. Which computer? Now, the one that is in Glitch, okay? Yes? Maffer, what does that face mean?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to do that.
Oh, okay. So, and that is the thing. Okay. So that is exactly what we are doing here. We are setting up a server in the server, or actually a server in the computer that is in Glitch. Okay. And we are going to remove all of this. Don't worry too much about this right now. Okay. Right now. The important thing is that they develop a helping or like a basic application just for testing, but we are going to modify a lot of the material that is here. Okay. And the things that we are doing, first of all, is I already have it here working because I don't want to spend time on this. One important thing is that in this particular application, we do need to create our Spotify web API connection with an ID, with our secret code, and with a redirection to which page are we going back. So one important thing here that is I'm going to change this number to be, this is the weather API, right? I don't know. Or yes, I don't know. For now, let's go now call it a spotty test. A spotty test. Okay. A spotty test. We have the connection. This was part of the example that they gave us. We don't want it. And then I'm just copying the code that I got from the documentation. Okay. This code that I'm copying, the code that I am copying here is the thing that is here. How to use it. Okay. This part is in the Spotify Wave API. And then these persons tell us you need to install it. This if you are on the server in the other way that we did. And then this tells us you need to put this. Okay, that's it. Once that you have that, now you can do the access token. Okay, the connection to the access token, which is already in our code here, Spotify. Okay, set access token. Okay, that is the one that we have here. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, Professor, I want to know if you can share the link again, because with when you change the name.
Oh, it was changed. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. And now we have this thing working. Okay. If I run this application, well, let's forget about these. Let's forget about dreams. We do not need these dream ones, right? And I think everything is all set from there. And then in this index, I'm also gonna remove a lot of the things that we have here, from the body to the dreams, because I don't need this, to the here. Okay. And here I just, this is nice. Okay. And in my script where I have all of this code, that it was the example that I gave you, and I don't want you to get confused, I'm just gonna say this okay, this is executed in home, in your house, okay? This is executed in your house plus 5 times 5, okay? So if everything is working fine and I open this in a new window, we have to wait until these start to developer tools, okay? Why is this not working? Maybe because we have an errors here. Okay, let me open this one and then yes. A Spotify Web API is not defined in the client side, okay? Let's check for this for just 1 second. Why is this not working? Oh, I know why, because we need to say that we require libraries. These are like the imports. Do you remember when you were coding in C in your programming classes, or when you were coding in Java in your programming classes, or in Python? Do you probably use the import at the beginning of your code saying this code requires to use the code that somebody else created? In our server, we're saying, I guess, yes. In this code, yes, Jared, probably yes. In this code, what we're saying is we require the library of the Spotify, okay? And now I'm gonna clear this. Now that this is working and I go back to, I'm gonna close this one, close this, close, okay, that's it, okay? And close this one. This is nice. As you can see, this is executed in your home and you get a 10. Who did the addition? Who did the addition? Your computer, because your computer got this code, got this exact code with the order to be executed. And that is what it happened in your place. However, now this code that we have here, let's see if we are all connected. Okay, I'm gonna refresh the server just by saying something else. For example, your app is listening. Okay, let me say start. Okay, let me move this. And can you see this terminal that I open here in the glitch? In glitch, I open a terminal. This was closed, and then I did these tools, and then I said logs. Okay. This code, this access token expires. Can you see this access token? And the access token is this one. You see this number? This number was retrieved because my server, the server that I have on glitch, the glitch computer is connecting to Spotify with these secret numbers, okay? And then Spotify is giving you the key for connecting, because we say, hey, I'm giving you these two numbers. Do you remember the previous class? Last week, we create an application on the Spotify desktop. Do you remember? Yes, at least I see David. I would love to see more people. Antonio, do you remember last class? Diana?
No.
No? When we were in the Spotify developers, Spotify developer dashboard, okay? Actually, I have to log in. And then do you remember that we went here? And then I was in Tech Class 2021. And then I create a new application. Then Spotify gave me a couple of numbers. It gave me these two numbers. Okay? Do you remember? Well, I will be using these two numbers to identify my server with Spotify. So I get this. Then I'm going to say, hey, Spotify, I'm Hugo and I'm a developer. Please give me access because I will be connecting with you. Then Spotify will get the secret number. Oh, yes, you know the secret number of Hugo. That means that I can give you the keys and I will return you the token, which is this number that I have here. This number will be changing, okay, all the time. So Spotify says, okay, Hugo, this is the number in order for you to use it with the application Tech Class 2021, okay? And then at that point, now I have this token. Now that I have this token here, okay, I can start to use it. How can I use it? Okay, well,
I have a question.
Yes.
We need to change that number in our code.
Oh yeah, you will need to create your own. Not right now. For right now, because you don't have this application working, or are you doing this exactly while I'm doing this? Are you doing it in another glitch project?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So while how are you copying and pasting what I'm putting here into your glitch code?
Yes. Okay.
Right now you can use this one, but if you don't mind to change it for the coming for your application would be fine. Okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Let me also take this because this is a spotty test. Okay. And at this point, the server is working. Okay. And I will do a couple of things. If I connect when I connect, this is nice. Where was this is nice? Where did I wrote this is nice? I wrote it on the index, right? Actually, it's here. This is nice. No, I wrote it on the index HTML. And the server is delivering, okay, this is important, if I get connected to the row of my server, okay, I will deliver the index that is in the views. This is views. This is the folder views, right? So if I connect to the raw material, I will deliver this file that is here, okay? So let me go back to here, okay? Next step, only the server will be connecting to the Spotify, okay? So I will copy, and I will copy this particular connection, okay? I will copy this particular connection here. Now I'm saying, what happened if the user get connected to albums, okay? If the user connects to albums, okay, Spotify will get artist albums. Which one? We will see this in a second. How many? We are gonna get 10, and we are gonna do a couple of things. Now that this is working, okay, look what I'm doing here. Careful with this. Pay attention. We are gonna make a break in after this explanation. But if you don't mind turning on your cameras, I would appreciate it. The people that hasn't off, because just few of you have them. And if you feel that you're getting tired, bored, or lost, you need to explain me, because you turn on your cameras and I see you guys like this. I say, no, these poor guys are clearly suffering this class. I don't want you guys to suffer this class. I know it's late. I know it's hard. I know I'm running really fast, but you have to interact more with me, because it's very hard for me to know what's happening in your houses if you don't have your cameras on and you just stop me. Don't waste your time. If you're not paying attention, it's my mistake, but it's your error, okay? Because you have to stop me. Remember that. You remember that you have to stop me if you feel that the class is going too fast. Okay, now look at this. This is the funny part, or the interesting part. Now that I'm here, okay, now that I'm here, I can say, give me the albums. Oh no, give me the, which is the one that I copy here, artist or albums? No, actually the one that I want is artist. Forget about the albums right now, okay? It's artist, the one that I do. What I want to do here is says, give me artist, okay? Give me, oh no, glitch me, sorry. Yes, artist, and then I need the question mark, okay? And then I need to put artist equal to, give me an artist called, can you give me the name of a single, okay. Again, I'm gonna say Madonna, okay? And then I got this information, okay? This is nice. What we have achieved in the last 20 minutes is very interesting, because now, okay, my application is Spotty Test, okay? My application is Spotty Test is going and is giving me a bunch of artists, okay? But it was not me. It was not in my house where the search to the Spotify happens. It was on the Glitch computer, which is the one that is hosting our server, right? You understand that? That is very important. So we talk to Glitch, and Glitch connects to Spotify, okay? Glitch has now these clients and IDs and blah, 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 okay? And then why, and this is a couple of things that are important. You see that I place here, can you see a question mark? Okay. And then I say, give me an artist that is equal to Madonna. Okay. These are called parameters, okay? And these parameters that we are using them when we talk to the server with the artist tag. And we are saying from the request, give me what is called artist, okay? We wait for the response. And when we get for the response, if there is not an error, we respond in a JSON format. JSON is this type of information. When you see brackets and curly brackets, this is called JSON. This way of organizing materials is called JSON, okay? And then it seems that we got first an artist called, well, we got a lot of things, okay? I'm gonna reduce the amount of search of, I will limit this. Well, I'm not gonna limit the search right now, but we got the artist. Did you get it? Yes? You follow that? Are you sure? You sure? So, yes. But again, why did we have to do all these, how do you say, andamiaje, all these things? Because we are creating an application that requires to do connections between the Spotify and our server. Now that we have the artist, okay, now that we have the artist is replying. How can I reduce the, okay, let me see if I can limit this to only one artist. If I want to limit this with one artist, probably will be with something like artist ID and then comma. Yeah, I would imagine that this will work. And I just want one. Okay, let me see if this is working. And then, yes, probably this is working. And I refresh, okay? Give me now artist with name. For now, give me just one name of one artist.
Bruno Mars.
Which one? With one word.
Bruno.
Beyonce.
Oh.
Muse.
Muse. Okay. Okay. We search for Muse and we get this information. We got a JSON format. Again, this is a JSON format. Okay. That says, I'm giving you back what you wanted, which is a collection of artists. Okay. You did a search. Searching for Muse, searching for an artist called Muse with a limit of 1. And I'm going to give you the reply. The reply, can you see this curly bracket? Oh, can you see these brackets that are here? This bracket is ending in, where is this bracket ending? I think it's ending here, okay? And then it's giving you new information, limit, and that's it, okay?
I think that's another bracket, teacher.
The one that is closing, right? Opening and closing.
No, that's something else in, for example,
here?
The first one that you shows starts in line number 3.
Okay.
And it ends on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe.
This one?
No. Oh, is one inside another?
Yes, they are inside of another. So in order to understand that, let me go to here. JSON, I will go to my W3 school. Do you remember there is a web page W3 school? JSON syntax. What does XDDDD mean? Arturo, what do you mean?
Nothing.
Okay. Don't make me feel old when you make that jokes and I don't get them. I feel that I'm lost. Okay. Now, If you go here, you will see a nice description about what the JSON format is. And it's going to tell you JSON allows you to structure things on arrays or dictionaries, and arrays of arrays and dictionaries with arrays and all the combinations that you can find here. Okay. So this is a nice example about what JSON is, for example, and you can see it is similar to an XML description, but it is nicer because it's more compact. Okay. So when we come back, we can understand that we are getting one artist. Okay. We are getting an artist. Okay. We are getting an artist, and this artist is giving you what gender is modern rock, permanent wave, and is rock. Is giving you the HTTP of the artist. Okay, it's giving you the HTTP of the artist. And one thing that for us is very important because it is a starting point for everything, is also giving you the ID. Can you see this? Is giving you the ID of that particular artist that we were searching. Okay. Okay. The name, how popularity of 79, and it's an artist. Okay. And it has also a couple of images about the band. It's giving you information. Probably this is I would imagine this is an image. Okay. And things about the artist. Okay. You follow that. But for now, this is ugly. This is just a way for sending information from Spotify to our server, okay? But we can also do something different. Look, now that I'm here, I'm gonna copy in the same way that I had artist. Okay, no, let's make a pause before going to this, okay? 10 minutes. Move yourself, drink yourself, energize yourself. See you here in 10 minutes. Excellent.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Testing one. Testing one. Testing one.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's keep moving because I want to finish this so you have a week for working a little bit on the creative side of this code. Okay, so now that we have the artist, I can also add the albums. Okay, and I'm just copying here a piece of code that it's saying, if my server get a connection in the direction albums, okay, then do the following. Please run the function. You understand what I explaining with this, right?
Yes.
When my server get a connection with the number albums, then, and this is executed in the server, please run the function Spotify API from this object. Please run the function get artist albums. Okay. And how can we know which functions can we use? Well, if we go to the usage of this library, okay, if we go to the usage of this library, we will see that there is all these things that you can do. Along them, okay, we have these materials, all this usage, and these are here some of the examples. Get artist album, for example, okay, and what the kind of responses that you are getting. These are more examples. How to get an album, get artist in plural, get the artist of an album, search for tracks, search for artists, search for tracks, search for playlists, get the album tracks, get the artist top tracks, etc., etc. These are all the different examples, and as you can see, pretty much are all the same. These are fixed examples because they don't want to go to the details. A good documentation is a documentation that explains the point and remove all the elements. So in this case, we should know that this person is putting a fixed ID about an artist. Give me all the songs of this particular artist. But we know that we can replace that fixed string for a variable that we get from another search. Get user, get me, get playlist. These ones can only be done with the other connection. By the way, these ones can only happen if we do it with the other, with a direct connection. Okay, that's why follow users. We are not care about users and stuff like that. Follow artists and follow artists. This is things and blah, 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 blah. These are all the different examples that we have here. Okay, as you can see, there are a bunch of functions. Okay, and this is the code about the authorization. If you decide to do this with the credentials and so on. Okay, but based on these examples that we got, okay, now I understand that if I say albums, what I'm getting first is the ID. I'm using the query artist ID in order to retrieve, okay. Oh, by the way, who, yeah, okay, give me just maybe, well, albums, okay. And no, yeah, albums, and then I need to say the parameters, which is the name of the parameter, album equal to which artist. I think it's not album. I think is artist ID, okay? Artist ID. I decide the names. I did it in the week when I was preparing the class. I decide to call this artist ID. I can change this to be whatever. For example, mi artista ID, okay? Arista, it has a typo. As long as I keep it, as long as I keep these albums, okay? And then I say here, albums, okay? Albums, and then the parameter, mi artista ID, and then I need the ID of a particular artist. Do we still have the other one? No, we do not. So I'm gonna run the code that will have you albums. And what was the other one? Artist, right? Artista Muse, okay? You see what I'm doing by hand? In a few seconds, we're not gonna do it by hand, but right now I need to find for the ID of Muse. Where is the ID of Muse? Here, this is the ID, right? This is the ID. So if I go here and I say for this particular artist, okay? Okay? You follow what I'm doing?
Yes.
Jared? Yes?
Yeah.
If I do Maffer, yes, do you follow this? And you say, why? Okay. And voila, I'm getting all the different albums that Muse has on Spotify, okay? These are the albums that Muse has on Spotify. Because I did not limit it, it's giving you, it's giving me 20, okay? It's probably giving me 20, okay? You could have more, yes, but if you only have 10, because it can give you chunks, in some way, the technology should be robust. Imagine that there is an artist with 1,000 albums. It would be really problematic to give you the 1,000 because the information should travel on the web, and then you have to wait for the 1,000 and then a search for the 1,000. So the technique works in the following way. It gives you 20, and if you need more, it gives you 20, and at the end, it also gives you, oh, actually, it gives you 10, and it gives you the offset, okay? And it gives you, it's here, the next. Can you see this next? It's giving you the URL that you have to call. It's giving you the URL that you have to call. It's from here to I guess to where is this URL finishing? to here. Yes, who draw in blue? Who draw in blue? Diana, was it you? Oh, how did you do that? Oh la la, is this? Oh.
Yes, we can draw on your screen too.
Oh, because of Zoom, right? Not because of glitch.
No, we hacked your computer.
Yeah.
We're on a break.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you have a 10. If you hack my computer, I give you 10 in all my classes. Okay, so now you're gonna start to play. So yeah, it finished here. If you do a call to this web page, okay, actually we can do it. If I call this direct link, okay, maybe because I'm not doing it through my access token. I need to do it in my server, right? I need to call it through my server. I will have the next 10 albums of Muse, okay? But in that way, now I have, and then each album has a lot of information. It has the image, probably it has the amount of songs, probably it has what kind of piece is, it has in which countries can you hear it, okay? Do we have access in Mexico? Yes, okay? Because remember that some music cannot be listened in some other countries, for example, for religious purposes, for business purposes or whatever. So these are the IDs. In the same way that I did IDs, in the same way that I did albums, okay, I can also do related, for example. And then I'm adding here, give me bands that are similar to, artists. Actually, I'm going to go again, this one to artist ID, because I think this will be more consistent. Okay. Give me a similar artist to Muse. So who can tell me how can I'm going to close in this, and I'm going to close this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So who can tell me how can I change this in order to get for similar bands?
¿Será lo que dice artist related? No.
Yes, but how did I decide? How did we decide to call that particular URL?
Related.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to do, instead of artist, we are calling related.
And then artist ID.
Artist, exactly, ID.
And the ID of the artist.
And the ID of the artist, which is this one, right? Okay, it's this one. Okay. Now we have bands that are similar to Muse according to Spotify. The one is, which one? I don't see the name.
Ferdinand.
Which one?
Franz Ferdinand.
Franz Ferdinand. Who's is he the singer? No.
No, it's another band.
Okay, Franz Ferdinand. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
Yes, kind of.
A placebo.
Oh, that relates a little bit more.
Kasabian.
Yes.
Yes.
Kaiser Chiefs.
Yes.
I feel old, guys. Editors.
Also like them.
The Killers.
Professor, and how does Spotify knows which artists are related to each other?
Oh, it's an amazing question.
Is there an algorithm, or with I don't know, like
it is it's not, I mean, it's a huge algorithm. It's a huge complex mechanism of analysis of the web. I can send you the thesis of the person that created this code. It's called Ben. Oh, what was his name? It was my partner, MIT Media Lab brain. What was Barry Berko? Barry Berko. Let me so Barry Berko. Did he die? No. Well, I can send you the a thesis that explain all of that in detail. Oh, Music Mind and Machine. The Music Mind and Machine. Okay. Music Mind and Machine. MIT Media Lab, Music Mind and Machine. If we go here and we go, that group doesn't exist anymore. But if the people in that, I don't see the, let me give you the name of the person that creates that. His name is, what was his name? I owe you the document, okay? But it was the beginning of all that story. Yes, it was the beginning of all that story. Oh, yes, I have the people. No, I have to search for that, okay? It was Brian something. I don't know, okay? We go back to that in a second. Brian. I don't remember his name. Oh, Brian Whitman. Okay. Brian Whitman. Okay. If we search here for Brian Whitman, okay, it's this one. I don't know if that webpage is still here.
Send him an email.
Pardon me?
Send him an email.
Yes, I can. We were classmates. Okay. This
oh,
is
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. This is I can send you this thesis. This thesis, okay, it's related with that. Okay. But still, okay. Now, 15 years ago. Okay, now we have that, right? Okay, now we have all these functions, okay? I will copy these functions too, because I will copy another 3 functions that we have here. Pretty much the same idea. We have related, okay? We have the top ones, which are the most popular songs of an artist, okay? What are the features of one song? And the analysis, this is the one that I want you guys to check for the assignment. The analysis, no, sorry, the features of one song, okay? Now this is for the client side. These things are only for the, for the server side, only for the server side. And now if I go to my JavaScript, it's actually doing nothing, okay? And that is a problem. So I will go here and I will, in my index.html where we are doing nothings, okay? I'm gonna write a very basic form, okay? So from body to body, I will replace it. The body that we have here, okay? I will replace it with a couple of things, which is, well, this is not a dream of the future. This will be called fancy music, or how do you call it, whatever, fancy music, okay? And then this project is called fancy music, okay? fancy music. Okay. And then again, search for a song. Actually, this would be, yeah, search for, are we searching for a song or are we searching for a, this is a good point. No, search for a band, search for a band. Okay. I'm searching for a band. Okay. And then we are searching for I don't know, analyze a song. Okay. Or analyze a song. Yes. Instead of these dreams, I don't think we need it because here we don't have. Yes, we don't need this this section from here. Actually, we still have it, but I don't think I need it. Okay, so bye. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm just removing this. This is similar. This should be now understandable for you. We just have the form. Does that make sense? But my button is doing actually nothing at the moment. If I click analyze, this is executed in your screen. And if I press this, oh, I press Bésame Mucho and I analyze it, nothing is happening, okay? Nothing is happening. Do you follow what's happening? And nothing is happening because the script is doing nothing, okay? The script is doing nothing, okay? So I'm gonna do a couple of things now in my script, okay? I'm gonna get, I don't need the dream list. Actually, this is just from the starting point. And then we are getting the form. I'm not gonna call it dreams form. I'm gonna call it a song form, okay? You see what is happening? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you. And then the next things, well, I don't want to copy this completely. Well, first of all, okay, I'm gonna do this. This is important. I'm gonna say, when I press the button, okay, it's not called. When I press the button, something is gonna happen, okay? And then for now, I'm gonna say console.log, okay? Form, click it. You follow that, right? So if I'm here, oh, I have a mistake. I have a mistake. Oh, this is closing here, closing here, closing here, okay? So if I press the button, it's not allowing me to send anything, but that's it. The form is generated, okay? Bésame Mucho. Can you see that it was created? However, it is clean. As soon as I press the button, bloop, bloop, it disappears. It disappears, okay? Because the form is refreshing my, reform is refreshing my page. In order to reset the form, I will do the following. I will say, please, song form reset it. Okay, that is one important thing. And the other thing that I will do is, please, when I press the button, do not refresh the page. Okay, so if everything is fine and I press this, now the page is not being refreshed. Okay, why? Because we said from the event, prevent default. Okay, yes, do you follow that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, now.
Not really, teacher, could you explain it again?
Yes, okay, so, yes. Do you understand all the things that happen on the server side? That would be the first question.
I think so.
Okay, so all the server side is already done. All the things that we just create in the last hour are for the server to connect to Spotify, right?
Right.
Getting the IDs, getting the library, setting up the connection, and adding a bunch of functions that does something and is connecting to the Spotify, retrieving some information and replying. Am I recording?
Yes.
Okay. And responding to the client with a JSON information. Okay. That seems pretty standard at the moment, and it seems is clear for us right now. Okay. Now let's go to the client side. We create an HTML that has a form. I guess there is no question in that moment, right?
Right.
Okay. So our HTML has, as in many of our previous examples or our previous classes, a connection to a script called a script.js, right? And the script.js is this one. What is going on here? Okay, the script.js, okay? My script.js is getting an object. Please give me from the web page where I live, from the web page associated where the JavaScript is associated, please give me the object of the web page that is called form, okay? And because in the web page we do have only one form, we can retrieve it by the tag, okay? Because we have a form in our HTML, we can retrieve it with the function query selector, our form, okay?
Okay.
Now that we have a form, to the form we can say add an event, as in the same way that we did in many cases a mouse click. Do you remember we retrieve an object and we add event listener, and we will add here on click event, or the slider on change event. We are saying each time that we get a click on the submit form, because when we go here, this is a form and the form is made of a button. Each time that we press the form, something is going to happen. At this moment, what is going to happen when we press the form? First of all, we are going to prevent the form to be reloaded, okay? And we are going to reset the form. Okay, sounds good. Now, what are we going to do? Right now, let me see if I have it still in memory. No, I don't have it. Okay, I'm gonna, from the song form, okay, from the elements that makes the form, please give me what is called the song value, okay? Is my value called song? Yes, we have an input. In the input, we have an object called with a name song, okay? That means right now that if I press Bésame Mucho, I click the form with the information Bésame Mucho. Yes? Who was asking? Who was stopping me?
Me, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. So Rodrigo, again, if I press Café, now I click it with Café, okay? So basically what we are doing is adding a code in our client JavaScript that says the form is related to the HTML form, okay? And the form is like a button, and then do you remember we also have sliders, and we also have text, and we also have, it's an element for an HTML, but it's the way for creating places where you're gonna put field. It's a form, like when you go to the bank and you say, how much do you want to transfer, and blah, 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 blah. All of them are forms. In our particular case, we only have one element as input. We could have more elements in the input, okay? We could actually have many different inputs. We can have the input song, and then we could also have something for, if this is the label search band, and we could have another label and another label for a year, for example, okay? And then this is year, search for, or no, band and country. Okay. And then search for band and search for country, for example, right? If we go back here, now we have search for band, Bésame Mucho, okay? Bésame Mucho, that is performing the country China, because that song was created in, it's playing in all languages, right? For example, you understand that. But for now, we are only using one input, okay? Okay, now that we have this, we have to do something. When we press the button, we want to retry what the user wrote, because it's the name of the band, and do something. What do we want to do? And then I'm gonna copy, well, I don't want to copy all of this code for now. Let me do something like this one. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Fetch is a function of JavaScript that allows me to run a URL. It's in the same way that we're doing this by hand. No, going to this URL by hand. Now our client is doing it when we press the button. So we press the button, we go here. Then once that you connect to that web page, the response of the web page, give that to me as a JSON, and then get that information. Okay, and then we can close this in brackets in here. No, in this one, and then this one, and then no, I think that's, and then that's it. As far as I can see, that's it. Okay, let me format this. Okay, now that we have this, we can go here and then we can search. We are searching for bands, right? So Muse, I'm searching for Muse, and Dreamform is not defined. Oh, because I changed the name. Do you remember? It's not called Dream Songs anymore. It's called Songs Forms. Okay, if I go back here and I search for Muse and I search for views, now I'm getting back what we were searching, what we were getting here by hand. We now are getting that here as a response in the client. And these are the bands. Okay, actually we are limiting the bands to just one. So we are getting the information of the band. Again, the popularity, type, blah, 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 blah. Okay, how many followers does, let's put millions, 6 million. Okay, yes. Does that make sense?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now that we getting that, I want to see something. We have 40 minutes, excellent. Now that we get something, I'm gonna start to create here different functions, okay? For example, if we are getting a bunch of artists, we can do the following. I will do the following. Sometimes I search for a band that doesn't exist. I'm searching for the band, this one, okay? If I search for the band, how many artists are we getting? 0, okay? We are not getting artists with that particular name, okay? So we need to do a piece of code that says, if we have something in the reply, that in the object called data.artist.items, okay? If we get something, we want to do something here. What can we do? Well, maybe we can now get the most famous song, okay? So get song, or get famous, or get the first song of that particular artist. So I'm going to create here a function. Okay. How can I write a function in JavaScript? I think function get first song. Okay. Get first song. This is important. We are almost done, guys. Get first song. And then I'm going to call this one an ID. And I want to see if I can get the first song. So I'm going to be sending the ID of that particular song. So you can always go back to my videos. Oh, data get first song .id. Because there are some things that I'm assuming that I probably, if I were taking this class, I would say, hey, why are you concatenating all of that thing? You're a really terrible professor. You should be explaining to me first, why can you do that connections? I can do that connections because JavaScript is very nice in the way in which we can concatenate things. But ideally, we should have some classes about basic elements of coding. But this semester, I decided to take the decision of not doing that because you already took programming classes. So I know that you can go and understand and study these details during the week. Okay. But if this is working, why is this complaining? Oh, because we are, okay, that's it. Is this get first data working? Maybe yes. Let's see if this is working. Console.log ID. If we are getting an ID here, that means, and I'm going to comment all the bunch of things that we were doing. Now I'm going to search for Muse. And then voila, I'm getting the Muse ID directly. Okay. If I can get the Muse ID directly, that means that I can now do another fetch. I'm going to do a similar thing to this one. Okay. A similar thing to this one. Let me format this code. And then I'm going to say, if I have an ID, now I want to give me, please give me, but instead I'm going to get the top artist. No? So that means that instead of artist, I'm going to fetch for, I already have this, so we can do this faster. Give me the, but it was different. So give me the ID of that. Okay. I get that response. If I get the response, now fetch top artist. Yes. Top artist, give me the top artist. Yes. And then we got data. And if there is a song, which is now this is different, right? If there is a song, please give me the ID of that particular song. Okay. If there is a song, please give me the ID of that particular song. So I'm going to, do you follow? I'm just concatenating what I was just doing, but now with another level of information. Console doc, give me the song. Do you follow what I did? So I'm saying, hey, Muse, it's giving me the ID of the Muse band. Yes. And now it's giving me also the ID of the most famous song for Muse. Okay. If I get the most famous, well, then I want to get the features. Okay. Give me or get features of that particular tracks. Okay. Give me, please. Was it giving me a number? I don't remember. Get features from data. Give me the tracks from, give me the tracks.id. Okay. We don't have this function. I'm just doing exactly the same. I'm just copying this function and then I'm just placing this function. But now this is the, what is the features ID. Okay. And let's see what happened if we get the ID of the features. Okay. So one more time for Muse, give me, oh, it didn't work. Something is wrong here. Get top artist. If I press the artist, give me the first song. If I get the first song, oh, because it's not called artist ID, I decide to call it track ID. Okay, track ID. So let me see, Muse. No, something is not working here. Oh no, artist ID and then get features. Why is this failing? Are we getting the information of Muse? I guess yes. Are we getting the information of console that tracks ID? Are we getting the ID of the artist? Oh, because this is not, this is top artist. Yes, give me the top ID and then get features. Let's see one more time. We go here, Muse. Okay, that's it. Give me the artist. It's going to give me one. Give me the ID. Give me the track. Guys, the track is here. And then we are doing nothing with it. So once that we have that, get features, probably the best thing to do is just reply with this fetch about features. Okay. Give me the features with of that particular ID. Okay. And then that's it. Okay. Let's see. Muse. And that's it. Basically, at this point, you are going to say, hey, we're taking all the class and we're in the same place where we start. Okay, this is huge boring. This is boring. Why are we doing this? Okay, well, because in addition to getting the information about the dance, the things that you were working for the previous assignment, now we also have a way, okay, for getting, in addition to that, let me comment this. I'm going to comment this one and also going to comment this one. And I'm also, in addition to the features, which we can put here, for example, features. Okay, I'm going to create features and then I'm going to say that features, it's equal to data, I guess, right? Features is equal to data. In addition to get the features, this is the nice thing of today's class, is get analysis. Get analysis. How get analysis? Okay. Get analysis of the same piece. And the only difference is that we are going to be calling analysis of the track. Yes. And then I'm going to say let analysis. Okay. Analysis, and the analysis will be equal to the data. And then in addition to that features, we also going to get the analysis. Okay. Get analysis. That's it. So if everything is fine, I can search for Muse and it failed. It complained. What's going on here? Get the features. Oh, because we are not doing anything with both of them. Okay. Because we are doing nothing with the features, I'm going to say console. Yes. What about here? Console.log features and also console.analysis. If everything is fine, now we go to Muse. That's it. Okay. We got, voila, this is new. This is information about each bit of the piece. okay? Each beat of the piece. Now you know the bars, okay? These are the bars. Where is the time in the song? Where each beat is starting, okay? It's giving you the start moment, the duration of that particular beat, okay? Or bar. It also giving you beats. This song is made of 643 beats, okay? It's giving you sections. This is nice. According to the algorithm of the analysis, this song is made of 10 sections, okay? This song is made of 10 sections. The one that is going from 0 to 14 probably is the introduction, where you have the guitar making, I don't know, whatever. And then from second 14 to second 25, maybe start the drums, whatever. And then in second 39, maybe the voices start, la, 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 okay? And then maybe the chorus start in second 52, because there is a change in chords. La, la, lu, 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 la, la, lu, 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 la, la, lu. The chord, then the sections, and then these are all the different sections that we have, okay? And each section has a lot of information again: duration, key, confidence, loudness, mode, start, and tempo, okay? Then you have also segments. Segments are made more about pieces of chunk of sound, okay? With the quality of the timbre, this is a description. It's a complex description about how is the sound, okay? These kind of numbers are the ones that are being used, tatums, the moments where the attacks are happening, and the track. Okay, now this is just a little bit about description about the audio in general. For example, where is the fade out starting? If there is a fade out, what is the, yeah, this is important from this one, for this particular, when is the fading starting? 3 seconds for the starting. And the one that I want to also get is the preview URL. Do we have a preview URL for this particular piece? Maybe not, maybe yes. If we have it, it would be here, right? Preview URL. No, there is no preview URL for this one. Okay. There is no preview URL for this one. Which is a shame. I guess some songs give you the preview and some songs doesn't. Let's say for el tri. I don't know what is the tri. El tri or el tri. I'm gonna clear this. El tri. Oh, el tri is coming. That's it. Okay. But I erase it again. El tri. Look, it took like 1 second to get all the information. El tri. What is the name of this song? Oh, I don't have the name because I'm just. Where is the name? Can we have a name? Oh, if we want the name of the song, okay. If we do want the name of the song, we have to be careful because that is not part of the data tracks as far as I can see. So when we get the top artist ID, I'm gonna print this just to see console.log data track 0, okay? Because that is not part of here. So once that we have here, let's see again L3. Let's see from L3. Oh, in which album it's located, okay? If it's explicit or not. Triste canción, yes, okay? Triste canción. So why don't we keep the name? Why don't we keep also the variable for the name? So also let's go this let name, okay? And when we have the name, we are also gonna store this as name is gonna be equal to data track. Guess what? What should we do here? Data track. Oh, L3. It's called data track dot name, right? Data track dot name. Oh, and then the preview is in that part. So yes, data track, the name, and we also will need let preview. Okay, and if we do have a preview, we will have it on this section. So the name is here, and the preview is gonna be in. Oh, each time that I refresh the server, my client is refresh L3, and it's in preview URL. Okay, the preview it's gonna be equal to data dot tracks. Which one? The first one that we are getting. Okay, dot preview URL. Okay, so again, last time L3, and then we have this information. Okay, and then we do have the preview here. Copy string. Okay, and it's there. Okay, does that make sense? Yes. Now, what I want you to do is starting to. Okay, well, we still have 20 minutes. Are you still with energy to do a couple of things here? No, Diana? We still have 20 minutes. We still have 20 minutes. Okay. And I think we are reaching the point in the code. We are. I don't know. I see your faces. It's late. I see. Sorry. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't turn on your cameras. Thanks for turning on your cameras, but I can see that these things becoming a little bit arid. We can either implement the web audio API here, so we can hear the preview URL. It doesn't take too much time actually to play this, right? We just want to do it. Actually, Jared did it in the assignment. Well, not Jared, but the team from that. We can go back to that particular section, okay, and check what do we need to do if we want to play this song as soon as we click it. So what do we need to do? Well, probably we need to go to, where do we need to go? We need to go to where one of the examples where we have something playing. Ear training. Or actually, Jared, can you send us the code where you were getting the audio? Fernanda, what does that mean? Are you sad?
I'm still here, but my brain is like full.
Okay. I just want to add the sound, so you can have a full surrounded example. So
what do you mean with the code of the sound?
The code of this assignment where we listen music when we do the search. It was your team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just send me the link of this.
Oh. Yeah. Give me a second.
And again, one more time, I do recommend you, if you have, I truly recommend that you can go back to the video. You can go slowly, maybe at your own rhythm, okay? And you put pauses where you have to do it, and you type the things that you have to be doing. That helps a lot. That really helps a lot. I think this is the code of the Jared team. The only thing that I want to do is stealing these kind of things. The audio context, okay? I just want to steal the audio context, okay? I just want to steal the audio context, okay? As simple as that. I just want to start the audio context if it doesn't exist. Where? When the button has been clicked, okay? When the button has been clicked, if there is no audio context, I install the audio context, okay? As simple as that. Then I want to download the song. How can we decode this song? You do have it here. You do have it here, which I think is here, okay? It's this part. I'm just stealing the code that we had here. And this is just repetitions of one of your previous assignments. Once that we do have the URL, okay? Once that we have the URL here, the preview and we get the analysis, okay? I'm gonna also send the play sound. If there is preview, okay? If there is preview, then play sound, okay? And then I'm gonna create another function here that is called play sound, okay? Play sound with the preview. And what am I doing here is, let me reformat this, okay? Play sound, I'm doing a connection, I'm getting a buffer, I'm loading the sound, I'm decoding with the audio context, I'm getting the function of that particular information, and then I'm creating the source. And if the source connect, I think the preview URL, this is not preview URL, it should be called preview, which actually then maybe if preview, then play sound. I'm gonna do something that is not very nice, but I'm gonna keep the preview as a local variable, okay? And then here I'm gonna call it preview URL, okay?
Why did you do that?
Okay, because I was realizing that if your first song has a URL and then you do a second search, you are gonna still have a variable in the preview, and then the thing is gonna play the previous song, okay? So I saw that and they say, well, the best thing to do is just sending as soon as you get it. So if you don't get anything in that particular search, this is gonna have a null, and because it's gonna have a null, it's not gonna play the sound, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And if this is working, then I search for Muse. It's working. Okay. And then I can search here for El Tri. Now, of course, that we are layering Muse and El Tri, which is pretty nice. Now imagine Alex Lora cantando Muse, well, whatever. So when we have this, it's pretty good, okay? It's pretty good because we are starting to reach a place in the semester where we can, I hope that you can see that we are sausaging a small barbecue, okay? We know how to do a little bit. We cut the lettuce in the first classes. We turn on the barbecue, the oven, but now we have enough material to do a really sophisticated application, a real application, okay? And I hope that you share the emotion of doing this type of projects with me, because this can even lead to you to projects that you can share on Facebook, and people start to go into them. No, it's not just it's not a homework. It is the beginning of a project that you can customize to your own desires, because maybe you can do concatenation of salsa music, okay? I don't know. So you search for groups similar to Ruben Blades, you get the URLs, you analyze the beat tempos, you concatenate that tempos, and then you can create the infinitum salsa loop, okay? And just by fragments of 30 seconds. Or you can search for, this could be more complex maybe, but you could do a project where you search for songs related to cry, okay? And then you create the infinitum song for crying. Very depressive, right? But you can do it. Or different connections, okay? Or you can search for, this is a little bit more complex, but you could search for 3 songs or 2 songs that has the same tonality and the same BPM. And then you put on the left speaker one song, and then you put on the right speaker the other song, and they play at the same speed because they have the same BPM and the same chords. And then you can do very complex situations, okay? But okay, I think that is for today in terms of content. I know it was a lot of content today because we managed to create a server application. We do all these connections in order to get all the Spotify connections. And as an example, just as an example, we decide to create something that based on the name of the band, right? We play the most popular song of that band. But our server has also the option to guess. For example, we are not using, I think we are not using related. You could use this one, which will be part of the assignment, to play in sequence the most popular songs of the related artist, okay? So if I do this, do you want to work with the same teams that you were working? Is that fine if you work for this coming assignment with the same people?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, could be a little bit messy in 9 minutes to generate a new random teams. So we're gonna keep the last teams, okay? I want you to create an application that play 5 songs, okay, in sequence of related artists. So if I search for Muse, it's gonna play 10 seconds of the first track, then 10 seconds for the, what was the other band? Folk Hofner, or I don't know.
Franz Ferdinand.
Exactly. And then 5 seconds of, which was the other one?
Kasabian.
Kasabian. And then the next one was in Spanish, Placebo? I don't know. I don't remember the band. Oh, but
yes, Placebo.
You play it. Okay. So remember that you have the URL for 30 seconds, but we're only gonna play 5 seconds of each one. Okay. So what do you need to do? Well, you are gonna modify the script that you have here because now we are not using this particular one, right? So as soon as you get the first, what was it? The artist. As soon as you get the artist, you do not get the first artist, but you do call the related artist. And then on these first 5 related artists, you get the top song of that artist, okay? And then you get the URL, and then you play them, and then you pause one when you play the other with the web audio API and so on, okay? You will need to study this code in order to understand it, okay? But you are not gonna touch the server. Actually, I don't think you need to touch the server. Well, maybe yes, because in related, no. In related, we do not have a limit, so that's fine, okay? but you will have to do that. So do you understand the assignment? Modify this code in such a way that you play a random collection that is made with the related artist of one particular band. Okay? And there is some freedom. You can play, you can add something interesting. You can add, lo entiendo, pero no sé hacerlo, Fernanda. This class is being recorded. You can go slowly. You will see that in the same way that you are calling albums, for example, you can also call related. It's already done here. Related is gonna give you back when you call related in the client. See, when you call, we are not doing it, right? But when you call related, actually we can do this. Well, I'm not gonna do it for you. When you understand this code, you will realize that that is extremely simple. Okay, you do the query to related. You get the JSON with the related artist in order. You have the ID of that particular artist. You call the function get top, get first song, but now you're gonna get it for those 5 artists. You are gonna end up with the preview of the songs. You are gonna store that in buffers in the same way that you are doing here in the source, okay, with the play sound. Maybe you can add a delay here, okay? Maybe you can add here a delay. In that way, you can call play sound at the same time for all of them, but you change the start time for the future. So you can make some of them to play immediately and some of them to play 5 seconds later or 10 seconds later or 15 seconds later. Maybe that would be an option, right? Maybe. I mean, I'm just thinking loudly. There are many ways for doing. Maybe you pause the starting. You pause the starting, okay? And there are a bunch of you in each team, so you will help each other. And if one gets stuck, you can always ask to the other team, okay? But what I really want you guys to do with this type of assignments is to embrace the possibilities that you get. I want you to start to think your own projects, because it's really sad when you get this and you say, okay, that was a very boring class. I'm never gonna do anything about this again. Instead, all of this is related to your music. If you want to do something for your band and you have a connection with what you have in Spotify, how many of you have music in Spotify? I know that some of the tech bands have music in Spotify. You can do an experience. You can do a sonic experience that is very interesting for your public. If you are in business, you can do analysis of this music and you can analyze the behaviors of the users in Mexico in order to understand what is happening. And if you go to a label and they say, Sony, I can do this analysis, you can get a job based on this. If you are in the side of doing more like musical analysis, you can also do this. If you are, I mean, I want you to see that these tools give you a lot of possibilities in many different industries, right? And that's it. So it's 3 minutes to 10. I hope that you managed to finish this class. I would say enjoy, but because I see your eyes, I'm not gonna say enjoy because I see you really tired today. But you can go back to the videos. I'm really happy with this class because we did a lot, okay? We did a lot and the code is rounded, the code is working, the thing is happening. So just go back to the videos. If you need help, drop me a WhatsApp and we arrange tutorials as we did this week. And that's it, okay? So everything fine for today.
Gracias, Hugo.
See you.
Thank you, teacher. Goodbye.
Bye,
teacher. Thank you.
Hello.
Bye.
Thank you, professor. See you.